It's still dark outside. This feels like Christmas morning. I woke up super early because today is November 12th, and you know what that is. It's the launch date for Disney Plus. And I woke up really, really early just in case the service would already be online and I could watch the first episode of The Mandalorian before I have to go to work. And let me spoil the surprise immediately. It is all there. The Mandalorian is there. Avengers Endgame. Lady and the Tramp. I'm looking forward to watching that one. We've got High School Musical, the series, The Simpsons, which I'm super excited about. I've got almost all the series on DVD, but now we've got the more recent seasons also here on Disney Plus. Avatar and Encore, Captain Marvel, Jeff Goldblum, and Dumbo. I think Dumbo was already on there, but this is so cool. They decided to put everything online really early here. I'm in the Netherlands, so that is, I think, 6 hours ahead of the East Coast of the United States. I'm one of the first people on the planet who's able to watch The Mandalorian. And speaking of which, this is the launch page of The Mandalorian. It has really, really nice graphics, and here it is. Episode 1, Chapter 1, 40 minutes. Description says, a Mandalorian bounty hunter tracks a target for a well-paying client. And it starts. It totally does. And there you got the Lucasfilm logo. I'm not going to play, of course, the rest of it, otherwise I'll get in big trouble. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down. I still have about an hour before I have to go to the office. But I'm going to watch the first episode of The Mandalorian, and then I'll get back in this video and give you my first spoiler-free initial reaction. And then, of course, in other videos, I'll go in depth and I'll analyze a little bit more of, I think, what is going to be maybe the must-watch series of Disney Plus in general. Look at that intro. Oh, I love that. I love what just happened. I like that a lot. All right, stay tuned. I'll be back before you know it. Wow, that was the first episode of The Mandalorian, and it's so good. Oh, I'm super excited. This was absolutely Star Wars. This is what Star Wars should look like, should feel like as a television series. It is awesome. It is really, really good. I took a ton of notes, and of course, most of them are spoiler related because there were a ton of moments where I was like, oh my gosh, oh, that's so funny. Oh, did you see that? There are a lot of inside jokes in there. And the overall story, of course, also is something I won't spoil in this video, but I'm going to record another one where I want to go almost second to second through this first episode and tell you what I noticed, what I think is happening, and how this relates to all the rest of Star Wars that we know. You're going to be enjoying this, and you're going to be shocked, surprised, you're going to be laughing, you're going to be on the edge of your seat. This is what The Mandalorian did to me, the first episode. So I've got a couple of notes that are spoiler-free that I want to share with you, and it's kind of my overall assessment of this first episode. First of all, not only does this look like Star Wars, but it sounds like Star Wars. I'm not talking about the music, because that's the first thing that you will notice is that John Williams is not there. There is no recognizable Star Wars melody in there. Actually, there's hardly any music at all. Some of it is a little bit of synthesizer stuff. It's very modest, very much in the background. There's one sequence that has a more of a kind of a rousing, more orchestral piece of music, but even that is not too memorable. And then most of it is just sound design. It's just the sound of the ships, of the environments, and it gives this first episode so much the feel of Star Wars. A lot of it is kind of subliminal, but you'll hear a lot of familiar sounds, engine sounds, alien sounds. You'll hear different languages that we know already from the existing movies. So the sound design, I think, is maybe the thing that makes this more Star Wars than anything else. Then, of course, you've got the set design itself. You got to keep in mind that this was filmed with a, let's say limited budget. It's still an incredible budget per episode compared to other TV series, but this is still pretty done on the cheap compared to, let's say, the Star Wars movies. But thanks to all this new technology, and Jon Favreau has been pioneering all this new, these digital sets and how to direct in these virtual worlds. Part of this is definitely on location, and they built a lot of the interior sets, but everything you see in the background is generated, is not really there. And it's seamless. It's absolutely seamless. There are a few moments where you think, oh, this looks a little bit CGI, but it's definitely on par with any movie out there right now, including, the Avengers and all the Marvel stuff. So high praise for the set design, the interior set design. Very much Star Wars. Everything looks old, grimy. Of course, this takes place right after the downfall of the Empire, so it still has that familiar feel that we know of the original Star Wars trilogy. So I think the time frame for this episode was very well chosen, because it really feels like we're back in that familiar Star Wars universe that at least I grew up with. Another thing. A ton of inside jokes. There are so many little moments in here that make you go like, oh, I see what they did there. And there is just one hilarious inside joke that made me laugh out loud. I won't spoil it what it is, but it was like this homage to something that a lot of people have never seen but have heard about. Not always in a positive way, but here it is used in it's canonizing actually something that I think George Lucas never wanted to be part of the Star Wars universe. But it's awesome. It's really awesome. You'll see it. You'll know it when you see it. The pacing is also very, very good. It's got action, and then it slows down again. It's got action, slows down. You've constantly got these moments where the series can breathe. And this is, so the action is actually quite fast. And in that, it feels Star Wars. There are these moments in space where you think like, oh, this could have been a scene straight from The Empire Strikes Back. But they're all very, very short, because they don't actually, they're just there to propel the story. It's in this first episode, it's never special effects because of the special effects. The story is constantly, and this is Jon Favreau. He's a masterful storyteller. So everything that happens for a reason, happens for a purpose. Even the smaller details, I think, are things that we're going to see later on develop. And so the pacing really helps. Another thing that struck me is how much this feels like a Western, like classic Western. The Western movies and series were also made usually on smaller budgets, on sets that were built in the desert, and then they would just, the action would all be about the confrontation between the hero and the villains. There's a lot of that in here, and even the music. As soon as you get these scenes that feel a bit like in a Western, the music sounds like alien Western music. I can't explain it, but if you hear it, it's like, oh yeah, that sounds like something from a Clint Eastwood Western or something like that. So these are just my initial thoughts. All in all, I am super excited about what they did. I really think they pulled it off. There's so much more that I want to say, but I can't because I'll be spoiling it. Watch this episode right until the end, and the last scene in this episode, I was like, what? So go watch it and let me know in the comments what you think. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more of this. And then also, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see my weekly Star Wars show. And from now on, of course, for the next couple of weeks, it's all going to be a very detailed analysis of these Mandalorian episodes. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy Disney+. I hope you enjoy The Mandalorian. I'll be back soon. Take care. God bless. May the Force be with you.